Test. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for the. I think Professor Sufyan needs to leave after his keynote, but I think let's start with the presentations. Again, apologize for the delay in the running. So I think I would like to request everyone probably to be concise on the presentations. I think we have 15 minutes slotted, but if we can have like 10 minutes presentation and 5 minutes Q&A, I think that would be great. So I would like to invite Dr. Kosh Talani? Yes, please. So he will go present a presentation titled ENERBIT, Energy to Bitcoin, a strategy model for monetizing idle power surplus into Indonesia National Foreign Exchange. I think it will be a very interesting topic, so please give a round of applause to Dr. Kastalani. And the time is yours. I think we are going to put up the slides very soon.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kastalani Haramaini. I'm from Indonesia. I work in PTPL and Persero, and I also become a PhD candidate student in University of Indonesia. Today, I would like to present my paper with title ENERBIT, Energy to Bitcoin, a strategy model for monetizing idle power surplus into Indonesia National Foreign Exchange. So there is two main problems in Indonesia, especially in PLN, that we face today. The first problem is oversupply, because we have a lot of power plant that has not been distributed the electricity because the demand and the supply was not met. So there's 48 capacity factor with 52% reserve margin, that approximately the financial loss is $1 million. And then Indonesian target for electricity growth is 6.9%, and nowadays still 4.8%, that still not met the electricity growth in Indonesia. So we offer an idea, Power to X. Power to X is a method to convert kind form of energy to another kind of energy or maybe product. And then we offer to convert it to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a new technology that store of value and also the store of energy, because to make a one Bitcoin we need energy. So Bitcoin is not like fiat currency. It needs energy to make one Bitcoin. So with the excessive energy in Indonesia have, we offer to convert it to Bitcoin. So why Bitcoin? Bitcoin is decentralized. There is nobody can control Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also safe because it is protected by technology SHA-256. Bitcoin is also transparent. Everybody can watch every transaction over the world. And Bitcoin is universal. Everybody and anybody can transaction over the world. Bitcoin is also as a new class asset. Today, the class asset is $1 trillion. And also Bitcoin is high demand because the supply is fixed, but the demand is also growing. Bitcoin is also a scarcity because the supply is only 25 billion, and the demand is growing because every country still printed money very fast. So in the future, Bitcoin will become a scarce asset. Bitcoin is also high global adaptation because countries like UAE, Singapore, Turkey, Argentina, and other countries still make early adaptation to Bitcoin. One of the countries that we want to copy is El Salvador. El Salvador, with President Nayib Bukele, in 2021 announced Bitcoin as a legal tender, so everyone can transaction legally with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has own state enterprise named Lagu. It's same like PTPLN in El Salvador. They manage renewable energy named Techapa with 102 megawatt to mining Bitcoin using 300 processor. El Salvador has mined 4073 Bitcoin with approximately 58 million US dollar. And Bitcoin is become the global adaptation of reserve asset. For example, in US, there is 200,000 Bitcoin, and in China, UK, Bhutan, and in El Salvador. Considering the situation that every country will race to collect Bitcoin, we over Indonesia is also join this race to collect as much as Bitcoin. So the key competitive advantages in Indonesia, we have cheap electricity production to have one Bitcoin. In Indonesia, to make one Bitcoin, it needs 25k US dollar. If we compare to USA, it's 2 times about 46k, and maybe if we compare with United Kingdom, it maybe take 5 times larger than Indonesia, that approximately 130k US dollar. So from these advantages we offer, Indonesia must use the cheap and clean energy to use this excessive to become something value like Bitcoin. So we offer ENERBIT, energy to Bitcoin, is a method or a strategy to convert cheap and clean energy like solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal become a Bitcoin. And this is the scheme. ENERBIT is a subsidiary of PTPLN, which is PTPLN become part of Indonesia Sovereign Wealth Fund, Danantara, and PLN is also have a electricity generation company, Nusantara Power, which is we can get cheap electricity because there is no margin needed if we make a collaboration with ENERBIT. And then every mining Bitcoin become the Bitcoin reserve asset that we send to Danantara and then become Indonesia foreign exchange. Indonesia potential in renewable and cheap energy is about 7 gigawatt. There is hydro, geothermal, and other renewable energy. The capacity factor of hydro is still 22%, the geothermal is 43%, and other renewable energy is 34%. So actually we have 7 gigawatt potential, that excessive energy that we can use to convert it to become Bitcoin. And with this calculation, this 7 gigawatt, we can become contribute to worldwide mining Bitcoin 36%. So Indonesia contribute 36%, and we can mine about 56,000 Bitcoin, which is valuable 7 billion US dollar. And the effect of electricity growth, it can increase the capacity factor to 75% and increase the annual energy absorbs about 58 terawatt hour per year. This concept needs capital expense about 3.15 billion that pay once, with the operational expense 3.24 billion per year, with approximately profit 7 billion US dollar per year, or payback period 1 year with EBITDA 3.8 billion US dollar. So the conclusion, ENERBIT has the potential to become a strategic solution for Indonesia to address electricity oversupply and diversify its sources of foreign exchange revenue. And Indonesia has a unique combination of low-cost energy, abundant renewable energy resource, and strong digital economic potential, which could position the country as an energy to crypto hub in Asia. The capacity factor of renewable energy could increase from 33% to 75% if optimized for Bitcoin mining utilization. The potential contribution to foreign exchange could reach 7 billion US dollar per year, and the project has the potential to add 58 terawatt hour of electricity sale from clean and low-cost energy dedicated to Bitcoin mining. And ENERBIT can also support Indonesia's green transition by converting surplus energy into digital assets, creating new revenue stream while maintaining carbon neutrality and grid stability. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Kastalani. So, 10 minutes. Thank you very much for keeping that time. So maybe we have questions from the audience. Yes, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for the presentation on Bitcoin. I have a question. You mentioned that Indonesia's electricity is still oversupply, and you also mentioned that Indonesia has a competitive advantage in Bitcoin mining because the electricity is still really cheap in Indonesia, and I believe it is still dominated by coal-fired power plant. So my question is that what is the urgency of mining Bitcoin using renewable energy when we are still on oversupply side in electricity in Indonesia? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, the price of electricity in Indonesia is a lot of kind of sources like from coal and from hydro, and there is a lot of different price in different generation power plant. For example, in Saguling, in PLTS Saguling, the price to generate electricity is about 450 rupiah per kilowatt. So we think it is cheap electricity to generate electricity, and the capacity factor of Saguling is almost about 60%. So we think that with the cheap electricity, it is so if we cannot optimize it, it become a cost because the capacity factor and load factor, the more capacity factor, the less cost. So I think maybe we prefer the clean energy first, and then if maybe there are another coal power plant that still cheap, we can use it to mining Bitcoin also. But we prefer clean energy because there is no excess carbon if we use to mining Bitcoin. I'm sorry if
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, please? Below.
Thank you very much. Just a quick question about the legal framework in Indonesia for Bitcoin mining. Is it allowed right now to do it, and is PLN in favor of doing it, or what are the discussions right now also with the mining companies, right? The private sector would actually set up the mining. So I'd be interested to hear about this. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. As I know, the regulation of cryptocurrency, especially, is now as a legal asset to transaction with Bitcoin, And for mining Bitcoin, there is a lot of company that registered in Indonesia that have a main concern in Bitcoin mining. So it is become legal in private sector. However, PT PLN still not nowadays still not in this sector, but maybe with this idea, and we will discuss more to maybe in this business as soon as possible. Thank you.
Still okay. Maybe one last questions.
Okay, thank you. Just a quick question. Is it possible that Bitcoin mining from the cheap renewable energy to be cross-subsidized for the cost of renewable energy that's still high, like a solar panel in Indonesia? Is it possible to like cross-subsidize so the private sector can reach the PPA threshold for solar price in Indonesia? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think it's achievable because PT PLN is actually under the Danantara, which is sovereign wealth fund in Indonesia that focus in finding profit. So maybe different condition with under the BUMN is the first. So maybe PT PLN will focus find another business, another kind of prospect business that PLN can afford to optimize and utilize every asset, because Indonesia PT PLN have 2 billion 2 billion rupiah 2,000 billion rupiah asset. So PLN has a responsibility to maximize the asset by optimize every asset to become a profit. So legally, under the Danantara, PLN have an opportunity in this business, and privately, I think it will become interesting business for private company because Indonesia have cheap electricity. Maybe another international company will come to Indonesia to mining Bitcoin.
Okay, thank you very much. A big round of applause for Dr. Kastalani for his presentation on energy to Bitcoin. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I would like to go to the next presentations. Dr. Icha Wulansari. Yes.